Hi, ESCBubble, Sophie here, and I'm so excited to be joined by Felin, who will be participating in Eesti Laul 2025 with her song Solo Anthem. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. I'm really excited to be chatting today.
Yeah, I'm
So,
excited.
this is your first time at Eesti Laul, so you'll be meeting lots of new fans. For those of us who are just now being introduced to you and your music, could you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself as an artist, your like musical inspirations, themes you explore, that type of thing.
Yeah, I'm new to Eesti Laul and to the Eurovision community, but I've been doing music for a long time. I started my first band when I was 11, and actually that band then later on was in the Finnish national final, and that was when I was like 16. Um, then I moved to Stockholm, took part in Swedish Idol, ended up in the top six that year. Then after that, I moved to LA to study music, and then I stayed there, wrote music for others, like artists like Adam Lambert, for example. And then I knew I always wanted to, like be on stage and perform. So when I moved back to Stockholm, uh, which is where I live now, that's when I started Felin. And Felin is like, for me, it's about like coming back to my roots. Like I said, I started playing in a band, and the music I create now is very much, like a lot of energy, distorted guitars. It's like energetic pop punk, basically. So yeah, so that's me.
Right, I love it. And I'm actually like a little bit of a scene kid in like my teenage years. So I love like kind of Paramore, Fall Out Boy, that kind of vibe. So I was obviously like a big fan of your songs. So it's great to see, especially kind of female-led kind of rock, pop punk groups, especially with like a song with a theme like this, which I'll get onto now actually. So can you tell us a little bit more about Solo Anthem? So like the creative process behind it. You've obviously got some fantastic songwriters on this song, including Paul Ray, who has featured a couple of times actually in Melody Festival, and which is the Swedish Eurovision selection. So how did it kind of come together, and what made you decide to submit it for Eesti Laul?
The song was written at a songwriting camp here in Stockholm, actually, where like the purpose was kind of to write with Eurovision in mind. And there were like songwriters from mainly from Sweden, but then also from Estonia and from Finland. And we wrote this song, and I loved the song, and I so we decided to send it in to Eesti Laul. And then I didn't like hear anything, so I was like, yeah, maybe it didn't, make it. And then I get a message from Gavin, who's from Estonia and a songwriter on the song, and he writes like, "Congrats, we're in the competition." I'm like, "What?" Like checking my emails, checking my phone. I'm like, what? And then I Google it, and then I found out like here are the finalists of Eesti Laul, and that made me super happy, of course, and super excited, and I had to like get to work immediately on the performance and the video and everything. So yeah, that's kind of how the song came together.
Cool. So you mentioned when you actually announced the song, I was reading on your Instagram that Solo Anthem is about believing in yourself no matter what other people think. So can you tell me
Yeah.
a little bit more about like the message behind the song and kind of why you felt like that was a story you needed to tell?
Well, for me, I like I said, I started out in the music business quite early, and I think, well, the music business can be really tough and really competitive, and uh, you're creating something, you're giving so much of yourself and putting something out there in the world, and you're judging yourself, you're being judged by the press, by the business, by the audience. So it's sometimes easy to kind of, get a little bit lost, and like you care so much about other people's opinions, so you forget about your own, and like, why am I doing this, and why do I want to do this, you know? So Soul Anthem is kind of, you know, a pep song that you can listen to when you're feeling a bit down or feeling like you're not, you know, on top of the world. Then you like put the song on and you just like scream your lungs out to it, because you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people think as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you're the president of your own fan club. So I think for me, the song, I want it to be like an empowering song that you can listen to and feel, you know, okay, I got this, you know.
Yeah, it's a great message, and obviously, like, what a great, massive platform to be like using this to people. So yeah, it's really nice. Talking about Eesti Laul more generally now, how does it feel to be able to perform on such a big platform like this? And you know, knowing that it's part of Eurovision, and once you're part of Eurovision family, you're kind of there forever. What is that like, and what does that mean for you?
Well, it's been really amazing. Like, you know, I have always loved Eurovision, and I know there was a big community around Eurovision, but like experiencing it firsthand has been amazing. And you know, like it's so much love and yeah, it's amazing to be able to. There's not that many, you know, shows or like stages in the world where you can put on a show like this, where you can, you know, like you get to perform in an arena and it's a TV show, and you really like get to focus on like one song and create something special to it. So, and I love performing. It's like what I live and breathe, you know. So for me, it's super amazing, and I'm super excited to get up on that stage on the 15th of February and show what we've been working on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're super excited as well. I think we've actually got a couple of team members who are flying over to see the show in
Oh,
person. So yeah, it should be amazing. But on that note, without giving us any kind of spoilers, and I'm sure you're probably not allowed to say much, but can you give us an idea of what we can kind of expect from your stage performance? Any kind of surprises in store, maybe like visual cues or stuff like that?
yeah. So yeah, what can I say? I think it's gonna be a really energetic performance, and I've been working with an amazing creative director and choreographer who's worked with like Cornelia Jacobs before
Okay,
and other
nice.
Swedish artists. And but we still want to keep kind of the raw, you know, like punk attitude to it, but then kind of just like elevate the performance a bit more, because it's, you know, it's like meant to like be Eurovision worthy, and hopefully like it's something we get to show on the Eurovision stage as well. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say right now.
Okay, good to know. And on that note, do you have any sort of idea if you were to get chosen for Eurovision, how you would sort of scale it up, or would you want to kind of keep the same sort of energy and maybe again kind of just polish it a little bit?
Yeah, I think of course I think keep like the essence of the performance, but of course with a bigger stage and even bigger audience, like you have to elevate it a bit more, and there you also have the opportunity to like I've seen like some, you know, sketches like online of like the Eurovision stage,
Hmm.
and it looks like really amazing. So of course like we would have to like, you know, make it even more, you know, just yeah, more basically.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Finally, I love to ask this question because it's always really interesting to see people's answers. So apart from your own song, because obviously we love that, are there any other songs in the selection that you're looking forward to watching? I mean, maybe you'll be watching backstage or in the green room. So what's your personal favorite apart from your own
Yeah.
song?
Yeah, I'm super excited actually like for all the songs to, because I've listened to all the songs of course, and it's really exciting to see what people have been working on, because you know you're so like into your own performance and thinking about like, oh, what kind of visuals and what kind of lighting and what kind of like what is happening. So it's also really exciting because like when I've been listening to the other people's songs, like maybe I have like a picture in my head of what it's gonna look like, but then they will do something completely different. So
Mhm.
I don't want to pick a favorite because of course I have to pick myself then because I want to go
I mean, that's the message of the
But,
song, right?
but I will say that I think it's like a really strong year, and I think it's a really, it's going to be a tough competition, and I can only do my best because I know like there are so many good performances and so many good songs in
Mhm.
this year. So I'm really excited to like see them all come alive on stage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're really looking forward to it, and we're sure you're going to give an amazing performance. So,
Thank
all
you.
right. Thank you so much for chatting with us today, and best of luck in Eesti Laul. We will be watching.
Thank you so much.